Do you know what the number one problem is in human life? It is not the events that happen to a human life, it's the effects of those events. The events that we keep replaying in our mind, or the events that we keep dreading. The bad events, well, they're just not that often in life. They're not. Replaying the bad events can become a continuous activity. Dreading the bad events can become a continuous activity. One of the most crippling things that a human being can carry around with them, the weight of the world with them, inside of them, is worry. I want you to think about something. Today is the tomorrow we worried about yesterday. There's a great story about Abraham Lincoln. He was from Illinois, just like our president-elect is from Illinois. And when he was going to Washington to be inaugurated, many people were stopping him along the way and asking, "Are we going to war?" And this is what he said to them. He said, as he told this story, "In my circuit riding days, me and my companions, we were riding to the next session of court all over Illinois. And in the rainy season, this would be very hard." He said we had to cross many rivers, but the Fox River was still ahead of us. And they said to one another, Lincoln and his companions, "If these streams give us so much trouble, how will we ever get across the Fox River?" Well, when darkness fell, they found themselves at a log tavern. There they fell in with talking to a Methodist presiding elder of the district. He rode all over the country in all kinds of weather and knew all about the Fox River. They gathered about him and they asked him about the present state of the Fox River. And he said, "Oh, yes," replied the circuit rider. "I know all about the Fox River. I have crossed it many, many times. But understanding the Fox well, I have one fixed rule with regard to the Fox River." They said, "What is it?" And he said, "I never cross it until I reach it." Valuable information. We must never cross something until we reach it. We cannot ever solve a problem from lesser human mind. We have to go to God. And when we go to God, we have the genius, the wisdom of God work through our human mind. And it is our hope. There are two types of thought. There is God thought, and there is worldly worry thought. This will keep you up at night. It will keep you tossing and turning, and you won't get much sleep. Dale Carnegie once said this: "If you can't sleep, then get up and do something. Instead of lying there and worrying, it's the worry that gets you, not the lack of sleep." Now listen to this wisdom from the Bible. This is from Job 4, verse 6. It teaches about building your life on the rock. "Is not your respect of God your confidence?" Is not your respect of God your confidence? When we worry, do we respect God? Or are we taking back the load upon us? And when we respect God, is that not our confidence? Do we respect God's power in our life? Do we know that God is bigger than any problem in our life? God is bigger than any challenge in our life? Do we respect that power? And do you know what that power can do for you and through you. Do you know? And do you know in the middle of the night? The verse continues from Job. And the integrity of your ways, your hope. When you respect God, you have a confidence come inside of your mind. It fills your body. You stop shaking. And the integrity of that way of directing your mind not to the worldly worry thought, but to God thought. I tell you, the integrity of that will be your hope. And it will be your hope in that moment, in the middle of the night or in the middle of the day, for that week, for the month, for the year, and for your life. When you stick steadfastly to God, everything becomes wondrous. And that's my prayer for you today, my friend, that everything does become wondrous. As you turn to God, as you respect God, you have new confidence. And that becomes the integrity of your ways. And you have a tremendous hope in you that is founded upon the rock of God. God bless you.